Well, next we'll hear from Marion Fraser, who's the Director of Marketing at Enbridge Consumers Gas, but I can also add that Marion for many years has been a champion of energy efficiency in many ways, and I'm sure many of you know of her work. Marion?
Thank you, Jack. On behalf of Enbridge Consumers Gas, I congratulate the City of Toronto, the Toronto Environmental Alliance, and the Toronto Atmospherics Fund, and all the other participants in this first ever Smog Summit. I'd also like to congratulate Councillor Jack Layton on winning a very prestigious international award from the Association of Energy Engineers. Councillor Layton was named Environmental Professional of the Year for his environmental leadership in Toronto and with the Federation of Canadian Municipalities. Congratulations, Jack. On a more serious note, I don't have to remind anyone here in this room that nothing is more sacred to our physical well-being than the air we breathe, the water we drink, and the food we eat. The tragedy in Walkerton has starkly reminded us that Canada's abundant natural resources cannot be taken for granted. And reports, like the one we just saw presented, remind us that tragedies are not always sudden. We in Toronto need to focus as much on the problem of unclean air as we have recently on the issue of unclean restaurants. Perhaps the Star could take that one on as well. That was a little finger. As a representative of Enbridge Consumers Gas, I am proud that environmental protection, like safety, is a fundamental principle in our day-to-day operations. Today, I could be content to stand here and rest on our past laurels, our award-winning VCR plans, recognition by the Pembina Institute as the most aggressive Canadian natural gas utility with respect to climate change issues, our energy efficiency programs, which in 5 years have saved over 150 million cubic meters of gas, the annual equivalent of 60,000 homes, our leadership role in the Energy Council's ABC program as a pilot partner, and the involvement of the whole Enbridge family of companies, including those in Calgary and Edmonton, and the expansion of the natural gas vehicle infrastructure in and around Toronto. I could even be content to rest on our record of participation, cooperation, and commitment with the City of Toronto on environmental initiatives. Enbridge Consumers Gas has provided support to many city efforts, such as the Special Advisory Committee on the Environment, the Toronto Environmental Partnership, the Better Buildings Partnership, and the Toronto Atmospheric Fund, the Sustainable Energy Plan, the taxi cab reform, including the preference for clean-burning natural gas taxis. But we at Enbridge are not content to rest on our past achievements. We prefer to build on them, and so today I am pleased to announce the following 5 initiatives. We're participating as co-chair with Councillor Kinahan in the Repair Our Air Fleet Challenge. Along with other major corporations who operate large fleets in Toronto, will compete over the next year to see who can reduce their fuel consumption per unit of mileage the most. Participants here are invited to that kickoff that Keith mentioned earlier in the courtyard at 12:45. 2, our commitment to participate in the Ministry of the Environment's Provincial Smog Alert Program, including the introduction of Enbridge Consumers Gas Anti-Smog Program, as well as clear directives to all of our staff with respect to idling. Number 3, company-wide implementation of Pollution Probe's Clean Air Commute 2000. 4, our sponsorship of the opening weekend of the Canadian National Exhibition and the creation of Energy Efficiency Alley, which will bring together our energy efficiency trailer, manufacturers, contractors, and retailers to provide a one-stop shop for information and advice to consumers on energy conservation. And finally, I'm also pleased to announce that we're providing startup funding for the Canadian Energy Efficiency Centre to be developed by the Canadian Energy Efficiency Alliance right here in Toronto. Working together, we can all make a difference. Thank you.